Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaita Amrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadeshinim Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Charnu Ramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagat Gurum. We were studying the 5th chapter. In the 5th chapter, it says that it is the sannyasa yoga. Sannyasa means tyaga. Samyak nyasa, complete tyaga, complete giving up is sannyasa. Now the question is, what to give up? If we are having the worldly properties, whatever that we are having, shall we give it up? Now here in the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says the attachment to that, giving up the attachment to that is the sannyas. Now some people like us, we have left our hearth and home, we have left our own people, and we have taken a special vow, and we are proceeding, we call it sannyasi, the society also respecting us in the name of sannyasi. It's okay. We are not having our own family, we are not married, all these things. But suppose I am having a person who has renounced things that way externally, but having the attachment to the things like name, fame, and at the same time other properties. Many of the times we find the people in the name of religion, they are having those things. So they are not sannyasi. It is not the external girl, whether I am wearing a gerua cloth or not, saffron cloth or not, that is not the question. So this chapter is very, very important to understand. To realize the truth, we must have to realize that we can never become attached to the things that we see, that we touch, that we feel, that we smell, and all these panchandriyas, that is called Prakriti. Akashat, Vayu, Vayu, Agni, Agni, Apa, Adva, Prithvi. These are the 5 things from Akasha. And Akash is the base. It's called the space. We cannot measure the space. And on the basis of that, slowly different type of mixture, as the Samkhya, the philosophy that they have given, the different mixture is happening, and slowly, slowly different type of things are coming, first subtle, then the gross. So Akashat Vayu, From that space is coming the air. Then slowly, slowly this Prithvi, this world, which we can touch, we can feel, we can smell, we can taste. So Panchendriya Sampyan. This is total called Prakriti. Now this Prakriti, where from the Prakriti came? There was nothing except the Brahman. Where from the Prakriti came? From Brahman. But that is the lower Brahman. Para and Apara Shakti. So this we have to understand. Same thing, creating without being attached to that, and after the creation there is no deduction of the totality. When I am creating something, maybe I am having a paper, then out of this paper I make a notebook. Then from the stock of the paper, when I bring the notebook, some papers are less. It is not like that. So how that can be, that is the mystery. And that's why they say we cannot explain how the creation comes, because it's just by the will. Will of whom? Will of the Supreme. That Supreme, that is subtle, all pervading, all consciousness, which is impossible to understand. Unthinkable, we cannot conceive that idea. So the next step has been given, and that is called Ishvara, or the lower Brahman, the Saguna Brahma, Nirguna Brahma. There is no quality, nothing is there. Another, just for our sake to understand, for the creation, Saguna Brahma, Brahman with qualities. The different type of qualities are there. So Sattva Guna, Rajaguna, Tamaguna, all these qualities, that is also there in this Saguna Brahma. And from the Saguna Brahma, the Ishvara, then the Prakriti, and this creation comes. Now, what is our goal? Nirguna Brahma. We have to go back to the Nirguna Brahma. And now the Hinduism has taken the totality. That's why sometimes we are confused. But there is nothing to be confused. It is very simple. Just to make people understand, and there are different type of people. Some people, they do not understand this subtlety. So for them the gross things are there. Now if we compare the school education, those who are going for the primary, they have the capacity to understand, they are also getting the education, but the level is low. Same science they are learning. Then again the middle section, then the higher section, then the higher section. It goes on step by step. So Vivekananda puts it in a beautiful way. He says we are traveling from lower truth to higher truth, not from false to truth. That cannot be. Which was not there, from there, which is there, we cannot reach. From lower truth to higher truth. When you ask a child of grade 4, if you ask him what is the sky, he will point you to the this. And this is the sky. Now if you ask a scientist what is the sky, immediately he will give a talk over 1 hour what is sky. Both are explaining the sky. But the standard, but this little boy of grade 4, when he is pointing out to the space and telling that is the sky, and the color of the sky is this, and the size of the sky may be like this, and in the sky there is sun, there is the moon, there are stars, he is telling the truth, lower truth. So lower truth to higher truth. What we are here studying is higher truth. And that is this higher truth. It says that Kayena Manasa Buddhya in 11th sloka, 5th chapter, 11th sloka, it says Kayena manasa buddhya kevalai indriyairapi yogina karma kurubanti sangam tattva atma shuddhaye. Now the process to reach over there to the higher truth. The process to reach how? Yogina. Not ordinary people can do it. For the ordinary people, different type of processes are there. You have to fast, you have to carry a load full of water, you have to walk for 3 miles barefoot, and you have to pour that water on the image is there, maybe Shiva, maybe Vishnu, and then you have to sing this song or chant this mantra, then you have to dance like this, then you have to break a coconut. All these things are there. He is very satisfied after doing that. Why he is doing? That goal is also very lower. That I will remain healthy, my family will be safe, and there will be no problem, nobody is creating any problem for me, God will protect me. Very lower standard they are thinking. Then when you ask who is God, oh, he is all powerful, you don't know? He is Krishna, he is Vishnu, he is Shiva, and he is Durga, she is Durga, like that they will go on telling, and according to the conception. Nothing wrong, that's correct. So Hinduism goes step by step, and now when you are studying the Sannyasa Yoga, when you have reached up to this, almost all people, they are going on reading the Bhagavad Gita, memorizing the Bhagavad Gita, competition, even the children also memorizing, they are having the competition, getting the prizes, and sometimes the parents are so eager to tell. Whenever I went to some place, the father brought a son, hey, he has memorized the whole Gita, he can, you just ask any sloka, he will go, it's okay. This is nice. But if you go to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and ask, sir, what is there in the Bhagavad Gita? Sri Ramakrishna, after the realization, his reply about the Gita, repeat the Gita 10 times. What comes? Tyagi. Gita becomes Tyagi. So Gita is nothing but giving up. So that is called sannyasa. So this young boy who is memorizing Gita, he has a goal. He is satisfied, and sometimes there is a competition, and he is going and reciting the whole chapter, and then his name is announced as the first or second, he is very happy. That is also another goal. But then when he is going on studying Bhagavad Gita, slowly, reaching to this point, tyagi, 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 tyaga, 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 renunciation, renunciation. What is the renunciation? Attachment. And how can you renounce the attachment? By giving up your ego. The moment you don't have the conception that this is me, this is I, the moment we have that conception, we immediately identify ourselves with this body, with this mind, the present situation. But if you take me to a wise man and say, he is telling that this is the body and that is he, is it true? Is it no? It's a lower truth. This moment he is thinking that he is this body, but he doesn't know he was in another body few years before. He doesn't know he will be in another body few years after. So this is the wonderful way the rishis they can understand. I think tomorrow morning I will be giving a talk on the Kunti, the 3 queens of Mahabharata. I think first we will start with the Kunti, Pritha. Now this, when she was a young lady and her father asked her to serve the rishis, and Durvasha came. Durvasha was famous for giving the curses. Anything, immediately he will give the curse. And his way was completely different. He will say, I am going to come and take food, hot food at 10 o'clock, and he will come night 10 o'clock. So from morning 10 o'clock to night 10 o'clock, you are keeping the food and getting ready, and it is not like us that you will frozen food, you will just warm and give. No, that is Durvasa. So you have to cook immediately and give. Sometimes we also feel like getting the Durvasa power, but we are not having. So we don't give any curses. So whatever the frozen food they are giving, we are eating. What to do? So now the thing, this like this, and the Kunti, the very young lady, she was going on serving her, and the way, the words the Durvasa used to use about that young girl, she was going on bearing, and then she was the only lady, only person we can say, who really could please Durvasa. Then Durvasa gave her a boon. We know that special boon. You can remember any god and they will be at your service, anytime, anywhere. And by mistake, she did something, then all that. That is the different question. But if you want to know, you have to attend that class. I cannot disclose all these things here. Now this is the way it goes. The rishis can understand all this. Durvasa could see the future of that young lady. And that's why, in the form of that, he gave a special boon to that Kunti, so that a great lineage could continue, etc. Here also, the rishi can understand, you were previous life in this. So when I say I am this, it is wrong. Swami Vivekananda is telling the Lord Buddha, before becoming Buddha, he was taken form, different form, 500 times. 500 times in different forms he took, and then afterwards. So every life he was going on accumulating the merits, doing good work. And unattachment. So it says, Kayena, physically, Manasa, mentally, Buddhya, intellectually, Karma, Indriyai, so all the senses, Karma kurvanti, all type of work that we do, how? Sangam taktva. Without attaching with that work. I am doing it perfectly, but without being attached. Then what happens? What is the result? What I get after doing that? Atma Suddha. Atma Suddhi. Your mind becomes purified. So pavitrata, that we go on. Purity. Even Jesus is telling, the blessed are those who are pure in heart, for they shall see God. But what is that purity? Completely unselfish. And how you become unselfish? When you don't have the selfishness, ego. So Sri Ramakrishna went to the root and said, if you can remove the ego, then you become completely free. Sir, can we completely do that? How I will survive? Because I say because I am having the ego, so I am surviving. Otherwise it will be a jellyfish entity. We are going to Andaman, we will see the jellyfishes. The jellyfish in existence, just like that, floating, as if there is no life. The jellyfish existence. Man cannot survive like that, and he should not, she should not. So Sri Ramakrishna said, no, it is not your I, that ego, but the big ego. So he gave the name unripe ego, ripe ego. The unripe ego, that means I connect myself with this particular body. Ripe ego, I connect myself with God. Unripe ego, ripe ego. I am the son of God. I am the daughter of God. We are the children of God. That ego. So that way you can completely, so kayena, physically, mentally, intellectually, with the senses, that means through eye, through ear, through nose, whatever we do, if you can do each and everything without attachment, then your mind becomes purified. It's so positive. Not that you should not work, we should work. But after the work, we are completely free. So that he says, then from the 12th, we should chant, let us do that. Yukta karma phalam taktva shantim apnoti naishtikim ayukta kamakarena phale sakto nibadhyate. Abandoning the fruit of action. Again and again, that is the thing they say. The fruit of action. But we misunderstood that. When somebody says this world is full of misery, and the work that you are doing, that will bind you. And some people, they are simply sitting quiet, only in the daytime and the evening time they go to the householders and then bake some food and eat, and they say, we are not doing any work. Who said? It's wrong. In the same chapter we have already started, even the blinking, each and every action that we do physically and mentally are actions. So obviously the result will be there. Though some people said, okay, don't move. If you are moving, then maybe that you are hurting some of the creatures. Insects are there, we don't see. So when you are walking, you are killing them. Don't move. Don't wear clothing. Close your face. All these things, they constantly are going to. But is it possible practically? No. But when you are not attached to that, whatever is necessary for the survival, we will do it. And Swadharma, that is the speciality of the Bhagavad Gita, very practical. If you are a soldier and you have been ordered to go and fight with your enemy, you are going and fighting with enemy without caring about what the result is going to come. I am supposed to obey the order, the command, and I am doing it. Exactly that what Sri Krishna asked to the Arjuna. Mam anusmara, go on remembering me, yuddhacha, the fighting. He didn't say the go and serve, he said kill, because you are a Kshatriya. This is your dharma. So that is the thing we must understand. The total emotion, oh that there we should not kill, oh it's all emotional. What is the philosophical? Very clear idea. I am not doing anything. I am doing because I am thinking of God. Don't misinterpret. Some lady, she was very excited. Oh, why are you asking us to kill? I didn't ask to kill. And thing is, whatever the action that you are doing according to your sadharma, don't be attached to it. That's all. When you are a Brahmana, when you are an intellectual person, your task, your duty, your responsibility is different. That is the different work that you should do. So this is the way, the administrator, they are doing the different way. So all this type of slowly, we have to understand this is my duty and I must understand this and I must follow this. Abandoning the fruit of action, the yogi attains peace, born of steadfastness. Impelled by desire, the non-yogi is bound to the attached to fruit. That is the main thing. So only attachment mentally. Now in the 13th verse it says, Sarva karmani manasa samnyasyaste sukham vashi nabadware pure dehi naiva kurvan nakarayan. Very wonderfully, in a very poetical way, is explaining that there are 9 doors, just like the monarch, like the king. It's a huge palace. It is having the 9 doors, big gates. People are coming through that. This body is also having the 9 doors. So like the eyes and the nostrils and ears, like that 9 doors are there. Imagining like that. Inside is the Atman. It's like a king, like an emperor. He's sitting over there and not doing anything, no action. Mentally renounced all actions. Physically he is doing, intellectually he is doing. But mentally completely unattached to that. This is a training. It's not so easy. That's why it's called sadhana. The sadhana means you have to go on practicing this again. It's very, very difficult. So mentally you have to be completely detached. And whatever is coming, good and bad, praising or the criticism, unaffected. We'll come to that. It says sarva karmani manasa, all sorts of work, not these or that. Sarva karmani, each and everything. Manasa, samnyasya. Samnyasya means giving up. Sannyasi, samnyasya, giving up. Sukham vashi. Now, after giving up, this is the result. After having the sannyas, after giving up all this, what I am going to get? Giving up is a negative thing. I am giving up. What I am going to get? What is the positive thing? Sukha. The sukha is the goal. Sukha is the ultimate. Ma Sharadamani Devi, she is telling, if you want peace, peace is the goal. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has termed that same goal as Ishvara. God realization is the goal of human life, he said. Ishwar Labh, Manushya Jivaner Uddeshya. God realization is the goal of human life. Millions and millions of people in different form we are trying to become the spiritual. We are having the faith in God, but we do not know what is the goal. After realizing God or going to God or reaching God or facing face to face, standing with God, what we are going to get? So the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, that clarifies the whole thing. Majority of the people do not understand. When we joined as a novices in this monastic life, one senior Swami asked us, what is your goal? Immediately, because we read the gospel, it was Ishwar Labh, the God realization. What do you mean by God realization? That the God will come with 4 hands and stand before you, and that there will be all, music will be all around, like that? What is God realization? No clear idea. God realization means ultimate peace. That there is no desire. So unhappiness, where from the unhappiness will come? There will be no unhappiness. And when there is no desire, the complete fulfillment of all desires, and you are satisfied, you are at peace, you are God. Because God is the embodiment of that. So that is the ultimate Sukham Vasi. Here in the Bhagavad Gita, the peace has been given as Sukha. And Sukham Vashi, he is in very great, happily he is there. And it does not matter anything. And there are different type of karma is there. Nitya karma. The Nitya karma means the eating, sleeping, bathing, praying, all whatever work that we do, attending our jobs, going to the office and all that, all nitya karma. Then it's called naimittika karma. Sometimes special type of program that we do, then Ekadashi day, Shivaratri, Kali Puja, Durga Puja, Ganesh Vandana, all those things are special. So naimittika, not every day, but sometimes. Then the kamya karma. Sometimes we perform work with a desire. That I am not having the children, I like to perform the homa with the desire to get the son, a daughter, like that. So that is called kamya karma. And nishiddha karma. Sometimes some people, they go and they perform some yajna, pray to God, utter these mantras to harm somebody, to kill somebody, to destroy something. That is called nishiddha. You are not supposed to do and should not do. So nishiddha karma. So there are varieties of karma. One is nitya karma, regular duty that we do, our routine. Naimittika karma, special. And then kamya karma and nishiddha karma. The kamya and nishiddha, majority of us we don't do. Sometimes a few will be doing kamya karma. Nishiddha karma, very, very rare. Sometimes the news come in the media that they took some, the one or two children to offer it before the god or goddesses. That's called nishiddha karma. They wanted to have the power, to control over the nature. They think by that way they will get. That's all wrong thing. So nishiddha karma. But this is the way they think. So when we are completely free from this type of karma, and whatever action that we are doing, we are free. Then there will be no problem. And in the 14th sloka it says, Nakatrityam Nakarmani Lokasya Srijati Prabhu Nakarma Phalasam Yogam Svabhavastu Prabhattate. Now we will come to this. There's a new thing there God is telling, very interesting. Here the karma that we are doing, we are having different type of actions, we are having different type of result, all this. So the caution is don't do it, don't have this, etc. So sarva karmani manusa samnyasyasya sukham vashi. Here in the 13th verse it says. Is there any example? We find the wonderful example. Shukadev, he is going to Janaka to learn something, the higher knowledge about the Atman. The Janaka, he was a king, Rajarshi, Raja plus Rishi. Rishi is completely detached from everything. Raja completely attached with everything. So how this combination came? So Janaka is a rare type of character. He is having everything. He is a Raja. He is a king. He is having administrative power. He is a supreme power. And at the same time completely detached. So the Vasudev told his son, he is the person who can help you. He knows everything, both sides. Now suppose we have left our hearth and home. We never worked anywhere. We do not understand how difficult it is to work under a boss. How to please the boss and these and there are so many varieties are there. Earning money, protecting the money, maintaining the family, having the relation with the neighbors and the relatives. This is a great, great job that people are doing. We simply go, get the good people, they all around, and we get the food, we get the pranami, the life is so nice. But it is not. You have to take the decision. You have to give punishment. At the same time, you are detached. You have to judge with who is good and who is bad. So the administration is always very difficult. Janaka, he was a king at the same time Rishi. So he got that rarest of that the condition, Raja, Rishi, Rajarshi. Shukadeva came. He was a born sannyasi, completely unattached, not having the consciousness of his body. Though he was living in the body, but he was not having any consciousness of the body, that I am a body. Always used to think I am the soul. That knowledge with that person, he is coming to Janaka. Why? To understand the highest knowledge of Atman, to test whether he is really qualified or not. The Janaka told his people, don't pay any heed to him. Don't allow him to enter into the palace. Ask him to sit before the gate. 3 days and 3 nights. The young boy, he was sitting over there waiting for an appointment with the Janaka. After that, suddenly Janaka told, go and give him all honor. So the musicians came, they started singing, dancing, music, and all very costly gifts were given to him, and with great respect they took him. When they were ignoring him, it's sort of an insult all the time he was having, he was unperturbed. When suddenly all this honor came, he was unperturbed. The Janaka told, you are the perfect student to receive this knowledge. So when you talk about the Brahman, Atman, the knowledge, are you prepared? Do you know what to do? So this is the quality. Whenever we are going to get a special type of training, maybe medical, maybe engineering, there's a examination is there. They like to know whether you are having the basis or not. Otherwise it is impossible. Not knowing anything, you cannot get this type of knowledges, specialized knowledge. And Brahma Jnana, Atma Jnana also the same. All people everywhere talk about the knowledge, talk about the Brahman, talk about the Atman, talk about the what's called Madhyana. Without understanding, are they really qualified? So this is, we have to understand, Sarva karmani manasa samnasyasti sukham vasi. Then only you can understand what is God. When Swami Vivekananda is telling, some people may insult you, some people may garland you, praising. You should not be disturbed or perturbed or elated with all these. You are a sannyasi. Go sannyasi in thy own way. So to become a sannyasi is really very, very difficult. It's not so easy. A true sannyasi means equal. How it is possible? With that knowledge. So it says, then the God in the 14th and 15th sloka, the 5th chapter, he says, na katrittam, na karmani, lokasya sijati prabhu. The Lord, Prabhu means the Lord, the God. He is not doing anything. Na katrittam na karmani. He is not having the agency of the creating. That means I am creating? No, I am not doing anything. And the work, I am not doing anything. God has created us, we always say. God says, no, I didn't do anything. It is all your creation. Na katrittam na karmani lokasya sijati prabhu na karma phala samyoga sabhavastu pravartate. It is your own nature. Nature does all these. You are unnecessarily blaming me. I didn't do anything. But this is very subtle point to understand, really very subtle to understand. So why then we should worship God? The people majority of the people, almost 100% of the people, they are going to God for what? Protect me, give me this, grant me this. Any problem that we receive the letter or the phone call, Swamiji, can you please pray for this, can you please pray for that? My brother is sick, can you please pray? So like that it goes on and on. Now if we understand, oh my God, the God does nothing, then why should we go to God? If I am not getting anything, the truth is this, it is all karma phala. According to our nature. Now this is a very hard truth, and that is religion. We are not to blame God for the things that is happening. It is because of the Prakriti. And the nature has given you this thing. Accordingly you are creating, and according to that you are getting the result. Either you are suffering or you are enjoying. I have nothing to do. So that is the way. We can, to some extent, give an example of a teacher and the student. The teacher is coming into the classroom. He is giving that all the teachings that he was knowing, and he says, see boys, see my students, if you are studying these passages this way, you will get good result. If you are not, I am sorry, I do not know. Now if we don't pay heed to that, don't listen, don't try, and then when we fail, we suffer, can we blame the teacher? So this is the way God told, I have created this Prakriti completely unattached way. Now there, good are there, bad is also there. I send the good people to teach you, to remind you. Even then if you are not learning and blaming me for the good result and bad result, so I am not attached to this in no way. So Prakriti, so Lord does not create agency or action for the world. He does not create union with the fruits of action also. Nature does all these. Now in the 15th he says, Nadatti kasyachit papam nachaiva sukritam vibhuhu ajnanena vritam jnanam tena muhanti jantabaha. Now he is telling that, you see, I, the omnipresent. What is the God? Omnipresent, all pervading, does not take note of the merit or demerit of anything. Nadatte kasyachit papam nachaiva sukritam vibhuhu. All the story that we read, that if you are not pleasing the God, then He will banish you to do this and do that, only to give you the basic idea, the conception of God, that someone is there who is ruling us. If we are good, He will give us the reward. If we are bad, He will punish us. Why? Because it is easy for us to understand. Always in this world we find that. The king is also doing that, government is also doing that. Here the system is, in the human society, there is someone who is looking after us. Now in America you don't find police anywhere. In India, I say almost the 50-50, 50% population, 50% police. So police is constantly everywhere, 2, 3, 4 people are constant. Why? To look after that you should not do bad things. Here no one is there. Maybe one police somewhere in corner, in a car he is sitting. What he is looking at his computer, we do not know. Everybody is afraid. Sometimes we used to come back from Ganges, everybody is in the 80, 90 speed. Suddenly all cars are slowing down. Why? Somehow unnoticed that there is a car and flashing, that means the police is there. and all people are slowing down, all good boys, no problem. So the moment they cross that, again there is no speed, it goes. So the police is there, but they know there are hidden cameras are there. Whether you understand or not, your picture will come, hey, you didn't pay over there, pay within 7 days or. So this is the law that constantly forcing you to be disciplined. But now if you become disciplined yourself, even though there are opportunities, the possibilities, I don't misuse anything. So that is called disciplined way. Then here, I am not going to blame the God for whatever the things have happened. So it is my karma. I have to work out. So Swami Vivekananda said, Vedanta is a great teaching. Why? It says, no one to blame, it is all you. You are the creator of your own destiny. So naturally, if I am suffering now, that means I did something wrong in the past and I am suffering now. Okay, it gives another side also. If I do something good, I will enjoy in the next life. So why not try? So that positive thing is there. Eternal condemnation, no, it is not there. I can always try. So Swami Vivekananda said to Sister Nivedita, my philosophy can be said in 2 sentences. To make people aware, about their divine nature and to help them to manifest it. It's so simple. Our job is only this, to make people aware about their divine nature and to help them to manifest it. Suppose someone says, thank you, I have heard you, but I don't like to bother about all this teaching. I like to go in my own way. Godspeed. No problem for us. So that should be that. Not that we have to increase the number. So sometimes the organized religion, they always go for increasing the number. So how many number is there? Oh, in the 1980 it was this, so 1990 10% increment. So we go out and then bring into our fold. Not like that. Sannyasis, the gurus, they have realized this, and just like that, they go and tell people, what? You have the possibility to become very happy. So please try these. And don't blame anyone. Nadatte kasyachit papam nachaiva sukritam vibhuhu. Then the question, why the conception of God? Because we need someone to whom we can go and whom we can fight with, whom we can pray, whom we can say what we need. So that is the conception of God. That is why the Hindus, they develop God, and if you have noticed, we have thousands of gods and goddesses. Why 1,000 million maybe? Whatever way you think, that is your God, no problem. But when we go and we pray, where from the strength comes? Within us. So that self-confidence is coming. Swami Vivekananda again is telling, the more I grow, the more it seems to me everything lies in manliness, self-confidence. The more I grow, more it seems to me, that means through the realizations, one after another, everything within you. And in one of the scripture, it says in a beautiful way in Sanskrit, Kim rodashi sake toi sarva shakti. Why you are crying, my friend? Sake. Sake means the friend. Why you are crying? You are the main strength. Everything lies within you. Just to say, I am going to do it, you will be able to do it. I am going to control my mind. And if you can control your mind, no one can give you any pain. No one. If you are wearing or having an umbrella or the waterproof jacket, even in the rain, you are dry. Like that, if you know that this is the thing and covering your mind, no one can give you pain. Somebody will come and say, oh, I don't like you. Immediately I go to the corner of the room and started crying. Oh, he doesn't like me. There are so many millions are there. Whether they like you or not, then why you are crying? The weakness. We always think that everyone should praise me, like me, and this thing and that thing. How can we expect it? So look at me. Look at yourself. Do you like everyone? No. Similarly, others also aren't like that. Some people you like their talk, you like their way of manners, and that's okay. Why should I have to suffer for that? Always turn back and look at the past, when we were the small kids, used to have so many friends. Do you remember all the faces and the names of your friends? No. Do you remember all the things that happened? Sometimes it made you happy and sometimes unhappy. Many of the incidents we have forgotten. Going on and on and on, and some other people are coming, waves are coming. Some people are becoming friends, some people are enemies. We think the enemies, some are like this. So unattachment is this. Whoever comes, I will behave the way I expect to be behaved by others. That's all. So the Mahabharata says, this is the ultimate and the best religion. Even in the Christian religion also they say, this should be the best way. We want attention, we want love, we want affection, we want respect. Same thing, whoever comes before you, you should give. You should know they are coming. Suppose I went like that, if he is behaving like this, what would have been? So that is called religion, that is called the realization. So God says, Prakriti is doing, and I am not Prakriti. Don't make me attached with the Prakriti. I am completely detached with Prakriti. This nature and the God are different. Why? Because God is permanent and nature is impermanent, temporary. So I am changing when some people, like we can give a classical instance, the person who was a dacoit, used to rob up people, kill people, create problem for the people. He turned into a great sage. And he wrote Ramayana, Valmiki. He was a Ratnakar, Dashu. Dashu means the dacoit. And he became the Valmiki. So obviously the person who was bad, he can become good. How? Determination. How the determination come? Guru. Who is the Guru? Narada came and told, hey, why you are committing sin? Nobody is going to take part into that. You have to bear the sin, No, I am doing it for my family. Father, mother, wife, children, everybody will share. Wrong. Go and ask. He went and asked. They told, no, we are not going to share your sins. As a son, your responsibility is to look after us. When you were young, as a parents, we have looked after you. Now you should look after us. How, we do not know. But you have to do that. Now he realized, in this world, nobody is going to take the burden of my sin. No one will take it. So why should I do wrong thing? I have to carry my own burden. Why should I do wrong thing? So he says that immediately the Prakriti will break. Immediately that wrong conception will break. So that there is something we do not know. When the light comes, we see, we can understand. So Guru is that light. Guru comes and tells, this is the thing. How he says? Like Swami Vivekananda, like the great souls who are already purified, when they come, Guru goes and touch them. Guru like Sri Ramakrishna. Immediately, they are completely free from the ignorance. But the ordinary people, Ordinary guru, they come and say, you go on repeating the name of God, continue it. How can you say that? Because I have done that. And what is your result? I was so, these many bad qualities I was having, I have overcome that. So I can tell you, you can also get that. That way it goes. So when we are doing that, slowly we understand, oh, actually I am that God, all pervading. I have nothing to attach with this Prakriti. Why I was thinking I am bound by this? So this he says, nadatte kasyachit papam nachaiva sukritam vibhuhu ajnanena vritam jnanam avritam, covered, ajnanena, ignorance. What is that ignorance? Attachment with this body and mind. Now it says, relationship between the Purusha and Prakriti. The two words in the Bhagavad Gita it has used, one is Purusha. The consciousness which is within us, it's called Purusha. It's not the male body. It's nothing male or female. And Prakriti is the nature that is active. So, relationship between these two. Ishvara is the bliss and perfect poise. From it goes. Now let us chant this from 16 to 20. This time is short. If possible, we will explain or in the next class. So we will continue the chanting. Jnanena tutaj jnanam yesham nashitam atmanah tesham adityabaj jnanam prakashayati tatparam tadbuddhaya stadatmanam tannistha tatparayanaha gacchanta punaravrittim jnana nirdhuta kalmasha vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gabihastini shuni chaiva shvapakecha pandita samadarshinaha ihaivatai jita sargo yesham samye sthitam manah nirdosham hi samam brahma tashmat brahmani te sthitah na prahishyet priyam prapya na dijed prapya cha priyam sthira buddhi asammudho brahmavid brahmani sthitah. So how we will know in this world who has truly realized this knowledge? There is the qualification of that person. Who? Samadarshinaha. The Samadarshi, he has no differences. It says, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane. In that is 18th sloka, Vidya and Vinaya. A very high, the very qualified person who is having the knowledge, at the same time, very good qualities of humbleness, etc. That Gabihastini, again, this the on the elephant also, the cow, that means the animals, Shuni, the dog, Shapaki, the low caste. One is the very highly intellectual person, and the animals, including the dogs, and also those who are low caste, all equal. If you don't have that, then you are not a God realized person. You cannot claim that. So, the moment you declare that I am a sannyasi, you are supposed to be samadarshi. And that is why after getting the sannyasa, we burn all our lineages, all our relations. In the fire, we burn all those things. When the people they ask from which country or which place you are coming, what is your mother tongue, who was your father, and sometimes some Swami also they say, I used to study in this college, I used to having that university. They have not understood the true meaning of the sannyasa. No question, no relation. But do you hate them? No. Our brother, sister, mother, father or relation, we see them at equal with other people. Not among that. Even the low caste people, uneducated people doing something wrong, and the high people, all equal. Then only you have got that, otherwise not. So that is the symbol. If you are joining into a political force having the sannyasa, this is terrible. Because you have already taken the vow of samadarshitya. The moment you go to any particular organization or a party, political group, immediately you have to say bad things about others, criticizing others, not liking the others. You are breaking your own vows. So this is the very subtle point. So when we are becoming tyagi, it's not so easy. In details we will discuss about it in our next class. So let us chant this mantra and we conclude. We studied up to 15, 16, 20. Now explain up to what? 15. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudramaruta Stunnanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadai Gayanti Yah Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam na vidu Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om.